So today we will learn that how to make a fact book for your CSS and PMS preparation that you can look for in your during your exams day for the MCQs and for the facts that you need to write an essay. So basically there are two ways. You can go to the website and put it down and write it down the important things that you find on your register, or you can make a or you can always make a Word document just like I am doing here, just like this. So I am putting all the information from this place to this place, from this place to this place. So let's go how to find the information. So first we go to the websites and then we read about the news. So we find an important thing that women in diplomacy. 24 June marks as the International Day of Women in Diplomacy. It's a very important MCQ. We will copy it and then we will paste it here. Okay. Then we will go again to we will again go to the web page and then we will read about what happened in that. So the International Day recognizes as a offer to a chance to renew commitment to women's equality in the interest of all humanity. United Nations meetings and events. Well, we don't find anything useful here apart from this. So we will go to global issue. Either we can go for IR, it's very important. In documents, official languages, overwork, we'll go to the global issues. So Africa, crucial role in coordinating assistance in all kind, aging, AIDS is a global issue. Big data for sustainable development, atomic energy is an issue. Countering terrorism is an issue, climate change is an issue, children's decolonization, democracy, disarmament, disarmament, sorry, food, ending poverty, drugs, gender equality, health, human rights, international law of justice, human settlements, water, refugee population, and youth. So we will see about climate change because I believe it's the most pressing issue that can come in your essay. So climate change is defining issue in our time. Okay, its impacts, what they are doing for it. We just skim through it. So greenhouse gas emission 2030 based on policies in place were projected to increase by 16% at the time of agreement adoption. So they are saying that greenhouse gas emission will be increased by 2030. Today they projected the increase in 3%. However, predicted 2030 greenhouse gas emission must fall by 28% for the Paris Agreement 2 degree centigrade pathway and 42% in 1.5 degrees pathway. It's an important thing about climate change. So we will make a folder on it. We will make sections about gender studies. Then we will write about climate change. Okay. At the end of the day, they will all move down, and you have a one pager information which is given by United Nation, uh, which is given by United Nation in, yes, so which is given by United Nation, and that one pager will help you in your exam day because you can't remember all the facts, but you know the gist to know that how you can write about certain stuff. And these one pager are very important. You should revise them on weekly basis so that these things stay in your mind while you are in exam, because at the exam day you don't have much time to revise all that stuff, but these one pager will save you in your essay. So climate driven food and water insecurity is expected to grow. These are the prediction that you can write in your essays by 1.1 1 degree above pre-industrial levels. And the gap between the existing adaptation, which is increased and accelerated by the climate change decade, is keeping warming to 1.5 degree pre-industrial levels require deep, rapid, and sustainable greenhouse gas emission reduction. I am reading it all from the page and copying it to my notes. You can minimize it; it will save your time. Mm, but I'm just showing you how to make. So you can minimize it on your own words. This will also save your time. So you can write it in a one liner that on another. So the meaning of this is greenhouse gas emission by 2030 based on the policies in place were projected to increase by 16%. So we can write it like this. Gas may increase by 16%. At the time of the agreement's adoption, today the project increase is 3%, 16%. Uh, Person. Now it's 3 PC. 3%, however, predicted 2030 greenhouse gas emissions still must fall by 28% by the Paris Agreement 2-degree pathway and 42% for 1.5-degree pathway. So they are saying that, but now it's 3%. Okay, according to Paris Agreement, greenhouse gas emission emission greenhouse gas emission, I don't think it's a must fall by 28 PC for the Paris Agreement 2-degree pathway and 1.5 degree. 4, 2 degree, 2 degree, and 42 pc होनी चाहिए for 1.50 1.5 degree pathway. So these are the pathways that are at the angle to the sun, and they are talking about them. So keep warming to 1.5 degree above pre-industrial levels. ये भी important चीज़ है, या फिर इसको ऐसे कर लें अगर आप लिखना नहीं चाहते तो. So ये highlight हो जाता है. And requires deep, rapid, and sustained greenhouse gas emission reduction in all sectors, or emissions should be decreasing by now and will need to be cut almost they need to be cut almost by 2030, and it is to be limited by 1.5 degree. So these are the two important facts. You can delete the rest of all, but you can also don't delete it if you forget about the things easily. Now let's just move to the United Nation again. That's how we can write about the climate change. And these are all the important things that we know we can write about the way forward. So Kyoto Protocol के बारे में information is also very important because 1995 में countries launched negotiation strengthened to the global response. What is Kyoto Protocol? It's a very common question. So you can always copy paste on your document about it. So what was Kyoto Protocol? Kyoto Protocol was by 1995 countries launched negotiation to strengthen the global response to climate change, and 2 years later adopted the Kyoto Protocol. The Kyoto Protocol legally binds developed country parties to emission reduction targets. The protocol first commitment period started in 2008 and it ended in 2012. The second commitment period was January 2013 and ended in 2020. So there are now 198 parties to the convention and 192 parties to the Kyoto Protocol. So these are the important MCQs. You can always copy and paste it. And अगर आप इसी वक्त summary बना लेंगे ना तो you will remember it throughout your life. So what do is I either highlight it 198 parties to the convention, 192 parties to the Kyoto Protocol. Highlight it in another way. By these things, Kyoto Protocol legally binds developed country parties to emission reduction targets. Yeah, that's how you are going to make your. Oh, my screen was not showing. That's how. I simply copy that and paste it and then highlight the important thing that I want to remember in my future. So that's how I make my notes. If you want my notes, then you can always tell me. I can give you for free anytime. But I'm not posting it so that you can comment and tell me that you need it. So we will cover one by one all the topics here, but I'm not sure which is the most pressing topic that you want to know. Either it's the democracy, disarmament, poverty, outer space, refugees, population, water. These all these topics are important, and please let me know which one you want me to discuss and make notes of and give you notes about these.